In the vast hall of their opulent home, Jungkook stood by the mirror. While adjusting the clothes he had been asked to wear for the evening family party. His family had arranged a marriage for him just months ago. It's a custom his family cherished. Although before the wedding Jungkook initially thought that the relationship that started with the arranged marriage would be cold and formal. But after marrying Tae his thought totally changed. As day passes his relationship with Tae has been developed on a foundation of respect and care. An undeniable attraction had began to simmer beneath the surface between both. Tae is a young rich businessman. He is strikingly handsome. His strong aura and one dark gaze is enough to make the other person weak in front of him. And his commanding presence that made Jungkook's heart race every time he enters a room. The tension between them had been building for months now. Even though they are officially married, they had not yet crossed that final boundary. They are taking time to step further in their marriage life till now. But tonight is a little bit different. Jungkook's fingers trembled slightly as he clasped a gold waist chain around his slender tiny waist. The delicate chain gleamed against his milky skin, shimmering with each movement. He had chosen it carefully, knowing that I admired subtle yet elegant beauty. Though it was a small detail, but it felt like a secret signal. Something that would catch Tae's eye in the midst of the party. Jungkook is more than ready to close the gap between Tae and him. As the evening party began, guests filled the large candlelit garden outside, their laughter and chatter echoing through the halls. Jungkook waited in his shared bedroom, adjusting his outfit one last time when the door creaked open behind him. Tae stood in the doorway, his gaze locking onto Jungkook's reflection in the mirror. His eyes traveled slowly down, taking in every inch of Jungkook's figure. But it was the waist chain that made him pause. The sight of the delicate chain resting on Jungkook's, swaying gently as Jungkook moved, sent a spark of desire through him. Tae stepped inside, closing the door behind him. The room seemed to shrink as the air thickened with an unspoken tension. "Cookie." Tae's voice was deep, almost like a as he approached his husband. His eyes darkened with intensity as they flicked back to the waist chain, a hint of a smirk playing on his lips. "You're wearing this for me, aren't you?" Hearing Tae's words, Jungkook felt his pulse quicken. He could hear the edge in Tae's voice, the desire he had long suspected, but had never seen so openly. "Yes, I thought you might like it," Jungkook whispered, his voice barely audible. Hearing Jungkook's words, Tae stepped closer, his long fingers brushing lightly against the waist chain, sending a shiver down Jungkook's spine. The touch was electric, sparking something between them that had been held back for too long. "I more than like it. You're stunning," Tae murmured, his breath warm against Jungkook's neck. Before Jungkook could respond, Tae's hand slipped around his waist, pulling him close. The soft fabric of their clothes brushed together, and the feel of Tae's body against his sent flooding through Jungkook's veins. There was no mistaking the passion that had been building between them, now coming to a head in this moment of. Tae's long fingers trailed from the waist chain up Jungkook's chest, his touch slow and deliberate. His hands moved with purpose, like he was savoring every second. every inch of skin beneath his touch. I've wanted you since the moment I saw you. But I wanted to give you time. Now I can't wait any longer. I can't resist now. Tae whispered, his lips grazing Jungkook's ear. Jungkook's breath hitched as Tae's lips found his neck, pressing soft along the curve of his throat. The waist chain shifted slightly with their movements, its presence only heightening the tension between them. Jungkook could feel the of Tae's body through the layers of their clothes, and he pressed closer, needing to feel more. Then don't wait. I want you to, Jungkook whispered, his voice breathless, his hands instinctively finding their way to Tae's chest, feeling the solid warmth beneath his fingers. At those words, Tae's control snapped. His hands gripped Jungkook's tiny waist, his fingers tangling in the gold chain as he spun him around, pressing their bodies flush against one another. Their lips met in a all the pent-up desire flooding out at once. Jungkook's fingers fisted in Tae's hair, pulling him closer, deepening as their bodies molded together. Tae, his hands wandering down Jungkook's back, tracing the curve of his waist, his touch lingering on the chain that had ignited this between them. The soft clinking of the chain against Jungkook's skin was like a reminder of the passion building between them, a promise of what was to come. With a swift motion, Tae guided Jungkook's back toward the bed, their lips never parting, growing more urgent, more desperate. Jungkook's heart pounded as Tae's hands worked quickly to loosen the layers of his clothes, the intricate fabric falling away to reveal more of his skin. Tae's lips followed the path his hands had made, down Jungkook's chest, his touch reverent and he paused at the waist chain, his fingers once again grazing it as his eyes met Jungkook's. This chain. You in this. It's driving me, Tae said in a deep husky voice. Hearing Tae's words, Jungkook could barely find his voice, his breath coming in. Then take it off, Jungkook whispered, his eyes full of desire. Tae didn't need to be told twice. In one smooth motion, Tae unclasped the chain, letting it fall to the floor with a soft metallic clink. And then without hesitation, Tae planted a kiss on the spot where that waist chain was lingering a while ago. Jungkook's breath hitched. Tae captured Jungkook's lips once more, this time with a that left them both breathless. Their movements became fluid, instinctual, as they explored one another, hands roaming, skin meeting skin in a way that felt like the culmination of every longing glance, every unspoken word that had passed between them since their marriage began. The between them was palpable, filling the room with an intensity neither of them had expected, but both had wanted. As they finally came together, it was more than just. It was the moment when every wall they had built came crashing down. When passion met with trust and turned into something deeper, something more profound. Their bodies moved in sync, a rhythm that was natural and effortless, as if they had been waiting for this moment all their lives. When they finally collapsed together, their breaths heavy and intertwined, Tae held Jungkook close, their bodies still flush against each other. The room was filled with the quiet sounds of their breathing, the lingering warmth of their connection filling the space. Tai brushed a hand through Jungkook's hair. His touch gentle, now filled with the tenderness that had been hidden beneath the moment. I never imagined it would be like this. Your precious cookie. I love you. Tai said, his voice from the intensity of their shared passion. Jungkook smiled, his head resting against Tai's chest, listening to the steady beat of his heart. I think we were always meant to be. I love you too. Jungkook said, his eyes fluttering closed as he reveled in the warmth of their embrace. Tai kissed Jungkook's forehead with a charming smile, and then embraced Jungkook more closer to his chest. The golden waist chain now lying forgotten on the floor had been the spark that ignited the between them. But what they had built together, the connection that had bloomed in its place, was far more precious than any jewel or metal. It was love, pure and undeniable. The end. Well, this one shot is requested by one of my puffball. Hope you all liked it. I will upload Psycho Mafia and his little one FF's next part soon. So stay with my channel and keep supporting. Thanks for watching, puffballs.